In this video, you'll discover the 5 richest sports bettors in the world and above all, how you can enrich yourself. I recently watched the 5th season of Peaky Blinders, a series depicting the daily life of gangsters during the interwar period, focusing on illegal gambling and the emergence of bookmakers. This series inspired me for today's video, where you'll find the 5 best sports bettors globally. Sports betting is not a recent phenomenon. They have been around for a very long time. Some bets had been banned in France, but everything is legal today. If an increasing number of people are starting to bet on sports, it's because it's a genuine way to easily make money. Yes, it's possible to earn a lot of money through sports betting. That's what I'll prove in this video. Discover in this video the top 5 richest sports bets in the world. Stay very attentive because their stories are very exciting and you can learn a lot about sports betting. Above all, stay until the end of the video to discover the special story of Bill Minter linked directly to ValueBet Ellis. You will see it's amazing because you can follow your own path. Bet on Legal 1 Billy Walters. Had to begin top 5 with most illustrious. Fortune estimated at $15 million, no losing year for almost 40 years. Billy Walters is considered by the whole world as the greatest professional gambler of all time. He now lives in a luxurious house in the United States and travels by private jet. Before being a Saudi prince, Billy was a gambler, betting based on his moods like many others. In the early 80s, Billy meets a group of computer scientists working on software that can calculate statistics during a sports event. As computer group, this collective creates a blink, focusing solely on match statistics, almost ignoring sports data. After tweaking the software, the winnings skyrocket and the jackpot grows rapidly, causing the bookmakers to stop accepting bets from the group of friends. Then comes Billy Walters, whose mission is to go on a tour of bookmakers to place several bets and allow the adventure to continue. Smart, the man bets for the group, but also for himself. And when the group is targeted by the FBI, Billy will use his knowledge and savings to keep betting. His solo career is a real success. The man known by all uses his fame to earn even more. He doesn't hesitate to bet on an underdog team to increase the odds of his favored team. Obviously, at the last moment, he's going to bet even bigger on this last one. Daring but winning, this technique frequently earns him huge sums of money. Note, however, that he has had some legal troubles in recent years. Furthermore, number 2. James Holzhauer made headlines last year on the game show Jeopardy! After 2 months of continuous presence and 2.46 million earnings, he fell short by 58k of the record set in 2004. Irony of the situation, this mathematics graduate did not lose on a wrong answer, but because his competitor had won more money than him during the show of the day. So, what link will you tell me about sports betting? Jeopardy involves finding the question that matches the answer given by the host, with a cash prize to be won each round. Indeed, you have to have a general solitude and quickly press the buzzer. But what is interesting for us here is the profit of old Zolower, who also benefited from his experience as a specialized bettor in sports events. Indeed, during each show, the candidates must bet twice an amount of their choice, up to the total of their winnings on a question. He said, "I can bet a 5-figure sum and not feel too much pressure while the average candidate may be breathing heavily. He will not be able to focus on a question with too much money at stake. So what made it successful was to go all out during the 2 highlights of each game. It enabled him to boost his income with the risk of losing all. Remember to manage your emotions and bets effectively for successful practice." Third bettor, Mathieu Benham's name may not be familiar to you. However, he leads the 2 football clubs that utilize the most data in Europe and likely globally. The 2 clubs are Brentford FC in the Championship and Middleton FC in the Superligaen League in Denmark. Mathieu Benham was a trader in the City of London. Interested in sports betting, he founded Smartworld and Matchbook.com in the mid-2000s. It's been another quarter, and both companies now weigh several tens of millions of pounds. The majority of his earnings come precisely from his bookmaker activity. For him, you should never bet with your heart. To win every time, you don't need dubious tips. He relied solely on the predictive power of the mathematical model he developed himself. Today, it is a whole battalion of computer analysts working in a huge London hangar for this 47-year-old original. They are known for decoding the slightest game actions before assembling them into divinatory formulas. He strongly believes in statistics and advanced mathematics. What is the moral of this story for you? Big data has become essential. You must also get started. You're going to tell me that for Mathieu Benham, he made his fortune mainly as a bookmaker. Allow me to introduce you to the fourth bettor in this ranking. His name is Tony Bloom. He is also the president of a football club, Brighton and Hove Albion FC. He has an impressive resume behind him. From a young age, he loved arcades, spent money on machines, and has always been fascinated by games of chance. Already in betting, he specializes in Asian betting in the early 2000s. He founded his company, Premier Bet, focused on his specific bets in 2002. Company he'll return to later, in 2005, for £1 million. He's also a brilliant poker player who's won several million in televised world tournaments. But where it excels most is in analyzing data around bets. His company, Star Lizard, has made it his smelly hen. She rejects Paris but sells analysis to Paris firms and other interested parties. The company has an average yearly revenue of $125 million. Thanks to sports betting, Bloom fulfilled a lifelong dream. He bought his beloved childhood football club, Brighton FC, in 2009. Bloom has been a lifelong fan of Brighton and has been warmly received by the club's fans. Bloom is worth over $1 billion to date. You understand that it is possible to achieve your dreams through sports betting. Same number 5, Bill Benter. For those who follow me and know me, you know that my tennis prediction method is based on an algorithm. I wanted to introduce you to Bill Benter because he created an algorithm on epic circuits that could have won him over $1 billion. Born in 1957 in Pennsylvania, United States, Bill Benter is a professional sports bettor and great mathematician. His fortune comes mainly from betting on horse races. However, this is not its only field of action. Its history goes far beyond. At 22, he decides to leave university and moves to Las Vegas. Upon arrival, he is spotted by Alan Woods, the leader of a card counting team. The two then formed a partnership that was very profitable. But their company collapses very quickly in the early 80s. They have been blacklisted by almost all Las Vegas casinos. It was a blow, but also a beneficial experience for Bill Benter. Indeed, the card counting team collapsed. Bill leaves the casino and heads to the racetrack. Bill and Wood noticed a fantastic chance in horse racing in Hong Kong and took advantage of it. What was Bill Benter's approach to making such a large amount of money? Bill first read all the books that existed on betting in horse racing, but quickly he wished for something more rigorous, more mathematical. That's why Benter taught himself advanced stats and also learned how to write software on an old computer. You know, the famous ones with the green and black screen. The third phase had back tests. He hired the touch grapher to enter directories with results of thousands of races. He then started testing live with small bets to correct and improve his model as he went along. He later added John Kelly's management model, which involves wagering a percentage of his capital depending on confidence in the forecast. Bill Benter also stole filters. That is to say, he started by studying all the variables that matter concerning the horse, and then he kept only about 20 of them. Moreover, there is a juicy anecdote about this because at first he thought that meteorology influenced the races. He retrieved the meteorological archives to input the data into his algorithm and quickly realized there was no correlation between them. He was clever because he used the bookmaker odds as a basis in his calculation instead of establishing his own odds from scratch. In summary, he had grasped something crucial, that without a prediction algorithm, it's a valuable chance to have your own. So, why did I tell you all this? Well, this adventure is exactly the one that I followed, and it is the one that I suggest to you. You too can have your own algorithm in tennis sports betting. To do this, simply go to the website www.valuebetennis.com. You will observe that this methodology is ultimately the one that Bill followed. We possess in excess of 300,000 recorded matches in our database and data. We use backtesting and apply our own feeds. In short, if you also understand this new opportunity, this Eldorado that presents itself to you and to hold your own algorithm, visit www.valuabletennis.com.